everyone, and today we're going to talk about this perler bead project that I'm working on. Now, it actually was a Christmas present for my friend, my coworker, but I didn't get it done in time for Christmas, so I'm actually now just starting to finish it, and I thought I'd make a video for it. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to want to get into perler beading, and you're going to want to make whatever you want. I'm making a Pikachu. Well, I made a Pikachu. You know, he's flying by some balloons. And then that is actually pretty tedious because he's actually pretty big. Just to give you an estimate. It's pretty big. So if you do perler beads, you know, the bigger they are, the harder they are to keep them from warping and whatnot. So this one does have some flaws, unfortunately, but hopefully my friend doesn't mind too much. So then the next part of the project is we're going to take a canvas. You can get any size canvas you want. I actually would have liked to do it on a square, but this is all I had. So, and I like it. I'm going to actually paint it blue and do some clouds, and then you can put it in a frame. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to hot glue some ribbon to the back so it can just hang up by the ribbon. And I will show you what that's like when it's done. Alright, so before I start painting, we're going to talk about the paint I'm using. Because it is canvas, I'm going to use some Academy acrylic blue. I'm just going to use it's Grumbacher. It's a cerulean blue hue. And then I thought of using my Martha Stewart craft paint because this is a craft and not an actual painting. You can use this. Now if you're actually going to paint something like actual painting, I would suggest using Grumbacher or any sort of professional acrylic paint. I'm actually going to use this, but you can use any type of craft paint. I know Michael's has some craft paint for like $1 that's really cheap. You could do that. I always, like I said, like to use the Martha Stewart. I was going to use this, but I actually don't have a lot of it, so I'm going to have to use the sky blue instead. And then make sure that you set something down to paint on so you don't get it on like a table or something. I actually have a big piece of wood that I'm going to be painting on so it doesn't get on the table. Okay, so I actually don't like the color of it, so I am gonna add a lighter blue and see how that looks. Alright, so I actually added some lighter blue, and I made sure to paint all the way around the edges because I'm not going to be framing mine, so the edges will be visible, so I made sure to paint those so they're not white. And like I said, I added a little lighter blue so it's a little lighter and I like it more. So then the next step is to let it dry. And then once it's dry, you're going to add your white clouds. Alright, here's what it looks like with the clouds. I probably should have showed you guys how I did it, but it's really hard to paint for me one-handed while holding the camera up, so I will probably have to invest in a tripod. But yeah, I'm going to let this dry, and then I will show you guys the next step. And here you have the finished product. I used my glue gun and glue sticks to glue the Pikachu to the canvas. Now I kind of had to use a lot of the hot glue, but it's on there really good. And then if we turn it over, I just used some ribbon. Since we won't be framing this, I used some ribbon and I just hot glued the ribbon to the back of the canvas. And there you go, it's ready to be hung up. Now you don't have to use canvas, you can use a smaller canvas, you can use a piece of unfinished wood. I just decided to use canvas. And just like I said before, just make sure you paint your edges so they're not white, and there you go. Thanks for watching!